I'm flabbergasted, to be honest with you. Say hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Martin. I write fantasy as M.A. Knights. And if you're not new here, thank you for coming back. So this week's vlog is going to be slightly different to some of the previous ones because it's going to span mostly one day where we attended a book signing event. So the event is called Authors in Wonderland. It's based in Nottingham. This is the second year that I've attended, although the first year I went as an influencer. Horrible word. But I was invited to go as an influencer because of my stuff on TikTok. And when I went, I was kind of blown away because I'd never been to a book signing before. Book signing to me always just meant going to a bookstore, there's an author there, they're talking about their book and they're signing copies afterwards. I had no idea that there were events that people paid to go to, ticketed events, where dozens or hundreds of authors would all be displaying their books and selling their books. I didn't know that was a thing. So yeah, I went in 2025, had a great look around, met some amazing people, and was kind of like, I came back thinking, right, okay, I need to get in on this. So that spurred me to attend my first event as an author towards the end of 2025. And since then, my wife and I have done a handful, maybe a little more, of events. Some of them big, some of them small. Wonderland remains one of the biggest. But as you'll see from the footage, there was some trepidation involved and kind of some stakes as well, because I explain more in the footage, but this was kind of a last chance to see if we could make these events work. And that being at the event that started it all in the first place, I was feeling quite nervous about it. So without further ado, here I am in Nottingham. Good morning. So I am here at Authors in Wonderland in Nottingham. It's kind of one of the bigger events that we're doing this year with the books. So hoping for good things, but our experience so far with these events has not always been brilliant. We break even and sometimes make a tiny bit of profit, and that's about it. So we're hoping for better things. We've actually already paid for the table in pre-orders for today, which is a first. So that's really good. That's really positive. We're not quite sure about our positioning at the event. We're kind of in a corridor a little bit off to the end, so that might play against us, but we'll have to wait and see. There are plenty of other people in the corridor with us, so that's good. So yeah, I kind of see this event as a last-ditch attempt to see if these events can be profitable. So I'm going to try and take you guys along for the ride, and we'll see how the day goes. So let me give you guys a bit of a tour. Everyone is very busy getting their stalls ready. There's this many people here and we're not even open yet. There are 2 rooms plus the adjoining corridor, which is where we're located. Unfortunately, the rooms have air conditioning, the corridor does not. But the place is looking great. Everyone has made a real effort, which is always nice to see. And this is a ticketed event, so fingers crossed for good things. And I want to just take a moment here to shout out the organisers of the Wonderland event, because having now done a few of these things, I can more easily tell what they got right. Like, we had a lunch break for a start. That hasn't happened at any other event we've attended. Lunch was included in the price of the table that we paid for. There were plenty of volunteers and security around, making sure everyone was okay, everyone had what they needed, and we felt really looked after. Even the hotel where the event was based put out snacks, and there was free tea and coffee, and just felt really nice. And as I said, this is probably the second largest event that we have done now. So you can kind of expect maybe a little more from that. But the largest event that we've done had none of that. So just goes to show. Anyway, the doors were opened and nothing happened. Because of the position we were in, we were kind of like almost the last set of stalls that visitors would reach if they were naturally going around the flow of the event. So for the first sort of 20 minutes, half an hour after we opened, we really didn't see anybody. If anything, things got quieter because the rest of the authors had finished setting up and then gone to stand behind their own stalls. So for a few minutes there, we were starting to panic. So we are about an hour in, and so far it's been pretty good. Fairly strong start. So we'll see how it goes. It's quite a busy event, which is always good to see. So yes, morale is pretty high at the moment, so we'll see how it goes. Wonderland is a multi-genre event, but there is quite a strong focus on romantasy and romance. So my cozy fantasy doesn't always feel like the perfect fit. I think that's an important point to kind of speak a little more about. Cozy fantasy is perhaps one of the newer subgenres, or at least it's newish in that it's become popular recently. As such, it can be hard sometimes to know where to put my marketing, what areas to target, and events as well can be difficult in that I've yet to find any cozy fantasy specific events. You get plenty of romance events, you get some fantasy events, you get sci-fi events, and you get horror events. But if you start going down into subgenres below that, it can get more difficult. And I think with something like cozy fantasy, because it is newer, it can be difficult to fit in with some of the other brackets. Certainly with my experience so far, by far the largest kind of space is the romance and the romantasy space. There are multiple large events based around those genres, and I can kind of fit into the romantasy ones in that I'm fantasy if they are, going out that wide. But romance, not so much. Most of the smaller events that we've done have not been genre specific. They've been pretty open, which sounds like a good thing, but they've also been a lot smaller, and footfall hasn't been there. You may have seen my video, my last video, where we attended a different event and just did not do well at all. So I think what we're learning is that kind of, at least from our experiences so far, the smaller events just unfortunately haven't been worth it. They do cost a lot less to attend, but there is a reason for that. There just isn't enough people going to the events. There's not enough footfall to make a profit, which is a real problem. The larger events, you almost have the opposite problem in that you have the footfall, but it costs so much more to attend that you then run into the same problem where so much of your takings then go to the cost of the event that you're still struggling to make a profit. That's certainly what we found with the other large event that we attended this year. Although we took a lot of money, because we had to travel to the event, we had to stay over because it was too far to travel back the same day, pay for a pet sitter, etc. By the time we'd taken all that into account, we really didn't make any money, even though we took a fair bit on the day. Luckily with Wonderland, the table itself was half the price of that other one. Plus it was within kind of striking distance of where we live, so we could drive there and back the same day. So that lowers cost as well. So it is 20 to 3. We have been and had lunch, and we've just done a little stock take, and we're starting to run out of books. I'm flabbergasted, to be honest with you. I think we can say safely that today has been a success, which is really nice to be able to say. So apart from the copies we have on display, this is now all we have left in way of stock, which is obviously wonderful, but let's just hope not too many more people want books. So I just want to add here, I don't want anyone to go away thinking that we sold hundreds of books, because that's just not the case. We went in, let's say, with certain expectations of the amount that we would sell based on previous events. Luckily, I think we pitched it just about right. We didn't quite run out of anything but it was very, very close. It can be really difficult to know how many books to take to these things, because until you've experienced them or experienced a particular event, it's just impossible to say how much you're going to sell. From what I've heard, even the same event on a different year can be drastically different. There's so many variables. But yeah, I'm happy to say that after having done a few this year, I think we pitched it perfectly. We were very close to running out of books, but we didn't. So it is 10 to 4. The event finishes at 4 o'clock, so we are about to pack up. It's been kind of a crazy day. Our display is still looking pretty good, but we have had to remove 1 or 2 books from the stacks because we simply ran out. That is what remains of our stock. We were going to go back to the car to pick up the boxes and stuff. I don't think we're going to need to because I think everything will fit in the one box, which is nice. So yeah, I'm happy to say the event was a success, which to be honest was a little bit of a relief. I think we've learned a lot this year with the events that we've attended, and I think perhaps we won't do as many next year and instead try to attend as many of the larger events as we can. What I have here is a big old box of stock, because when we got back after the event, we did a stock take and realized that we basically had not much of anything. We had 1 book of several and none of some others, so I had to adjust the stock on all my online stores, put a few things as out of stock, and then order some more stock straight away. To be honest, all the profit that we made from Wonderland went on buying more stock, but you know, it's good. It's good. We're having a quicker turnover, which can only be a good thing. So if you happen to be an author and you're thinking of doing some of these events, is there any advice that I can give you? I don't know. I still feel very much like a newbie, but I am starting to learn the ropes, I think. And I think, despite what I've said about the smaller events maybe not being that profitable for us so far, I would still recommend giving them a go if you're totally new to it, because you learn a lot just by attending these things. Our display, for example, has gone through multiple iterations over this year, and I still don't think we're quite happy with it. We definitely got plans for our next event, which is in another week's time, about what we're going to try for that one. And it's only by trying lots of different things that you start to learn what works for you and your table. To be honest, I'm glad to have been able to do some of that process at smaller events that didn't cost so much than paying hundreds of pounds for large events without really knowing what we were doing yet. So even though we may not do a lot of the smaller events next year, I'm really glad that we did them this year. But we're still learning a lot, and we're still finding every day new events that we didn't know existed. So I'm sure we're still going to learn a lot as we go through the rest of this year and next year as well. But one thing I haven't said yet, and I feel like I should, is that these events are a lot of fun. It's really nice to meet not only readers, which is fantastic, but also other authors as well. So far in my author career, kind of all of my reader interaction has been done through online mediums, and it's very different in person. Now, I am ADHD and I do struggle in social situations, so I do find it very overwhelming, but I'm still glad that I'm doing it, and I'm lucky enough to have help. You know, my wife comes with me to these events, and I don't think I could do it without her. But if you did come and see me at an event this year, and you happen to be watching this, I just want to say thank you for coming, and I hope I wasn't too awkward. So whether you're an author yourself or a reader or just along for the ride, I hope you enjoyed coming along with me to Authors in Wonderland. I'd love to know what you thought in the comments. I'd also love to know what you want to see from these videos in the future. I'm doing my best to kind of learn as I do with these. I'm very much more used to making short form content than long form, but I hope these are enjoyable. I hope you're getting something out of them. And if there's something you want to see, let me know. So if you did enjoy the video, like it. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. It really helps me push these out to a wider audience. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. I feel like I need a better sign off than that. I'll see you in the next chapter. Maybe not.